What's up, everybody? So this is the third and the final part of this big bank project, and this is just a little recap of how we got here. So after everything's been smashed up, sorted out, and hauled away, this is what we're left with. We're starting to punch through and get into the basement over there. You can still see the main vault there in the distance, and then that kind of smaller vault there to the right. So this is pretty much how this whole process is going to work. Since the concrete and the metal and the general debris all go to different places, all you can really do is just smash this floor out of your way and sort all that stuff into different piles. But just busting through all that concrete with just your bucket can be really hard on your equipment. So let me show you what you can do instead. That's just a big rock that was a part of the landscaping up here. But you'll see how we use it instead of the bucket to bust up all this concrete. So the rock made pretty quick work of these floors. Now you can see what we got going here. Got the metal pile here, debris pile over there, and a concrete pile. It's a pretty common thing. We've encountered it plenty of times before. But you see that panel right there? That's what the floors were made out of. Prefabbed concrete panels. But they don't have rebar running through them. They have cable running through them. You can see it stringing all over the place right there. So it makes things kind of interesting, to say the least. I called this a small vault before, but it's not really. I mean, it's not built anything like the main one. It's still pretty cool watching it come down, though. Just got to get all that debris out from under it first. And you can see it's those same concrete panels on top. down, one to go. Man, I can't believe how well this thing holds up. You'll see what I mean here in a second. Alright, the second leg's out now. What do you guys think? Look like a good spot to get some shade? Maybe if you got a good hard hat, right? So the process just continues, but after a while, it's starting to look pretty good around here. We're definitely making progress. Here, let me show you guys a quick before and after of the basement. That was the break room. You would have seen all this on the walkthrough in the first video. There's the break room now. It's definitely a lot brighter down here, and a lot more open. Now the next big thing to tackle out here is the main vault. You never know for sure how they're going to be built. They're all slightly different. All you know for sure is that it's going to be tough. So last summer I posted a different vault demolition video. In that one we used a ram to hammer away at the concrete. This time we're going to use this big steel wrecking ball. It's actually a much better tool for the job. It's just that last time we wanted to save the vault door, so we had to use that hammer to get in close and go right around the door. You can always go back and watch that video too if you want to see what I'm talking about. I'll put a link in the description. It was actually pretty cool. There's 2 layers of rebar in there, 4 inches on center. I told you it was going to be tough. Alright, let's take a look inside real quick. You can also get an idea how that rebar is laid out. Yeah, there's those safety deposit boxes back there. So we just got to bust up all that concrete on those 3 sides until it starts to look like this. And now you can start ripping away at all that rebar and smashing the top in. Let's take another quick look inside though. Remember what it used to look like in here? Not anymore. There's still a lot of work to be done on this thing. We better get after it. Yeah, like I said before, all this hammering on the concrete with the teeth of the bucket, it's kind of hard on the equipment. So you know what we got to do? Yep, we're bringing the rock back. It worked good on those floors. Let's see how it does against this vault. Well, so much for that idea, I guess. getting there. It's a lot of rebar though. Then it turns out that wall that was dividing those two rooms, you can see it right there, it's also concrete. So that makes things a little bit tougher when you're trying to bust that ceiling down. So since the rock busted, we had to figure something out. So this is the footing of a light post. See how well it holds up. Well, not very good, I guess. There's still a pretty good piece we can use, though. what these bank vaults always get looking like towards the end. It's pretty crazy. So the only thing left here is that front wall. We're going to try and knock it over into the basement. You just got to be really careful though. You don't want to get caught up in that rebar and go down with it. From start to finish, this vault took just under 3 hours. And that included moving away from it a few times to load trucks as they'd show up. Now we can finish busting up the rest of that hallway down there. Notice how much easier this concrete breaks apart compared to that vault. In between tearing down and piling up concrete, we're trying to get the last of this debris out of here. There's not much left now. Pretty cool, right? That's a lot of building to make disappear. The new building they're putting in up here doesn't even have a basement. So they have to bring in a whole bunch of dirt just to fill this back up to grade. Now normally, you would take the floor up before you knock the walls down. Makes sense, right? Then you don't get dirt all over the floor you're trying to take up. But up here, because they're going to be filling this entire hole up anyway, the only thing we have to do is bust the floor all up to allow for drainage. We don't actually have to haul any of it away. So that's basically it. We just got to break down the rest of these walls and we're out of here. I really hope everybody enjoyed this video, the last two that made up the 3-part series. And I want to give a big thanks in advance to everybody that leaves a like and a comment on this video. So it makes putting these videos together worth the effort. And make sure you guys are subscribed and getting the post notifications. I have a bunch of awesome stuff coming up that you definitely won't want to miss. So thanks again, everybody, and I will see you guys in the next one.